Alright guys, today we're working on this DOLMAR chainsaw. It's made by Husqvarna, and we're having some carburetor issues. I'm going to start it up to show you how it sounds. So today we're going to clean out the carburetor. Alright, now to get started rebuilding the carburetor, first step is we got to pop off these 3 clips right in the top here. And you pop your cover right off. Just like that. Now next, I like to take some compressed air and blow all the dust out of here. Alrighty, now that we're done with that, we can pop this bracket off here. Pop your air filter off. If it's dirty, clean it or replace it. Mine doesn't look too bad there. Next, get a Torx T25. Focus here. You can kind of see that. Torx T25. We're going to take out this back bolt here. Magnetic parts tray really helps. I'm going to take out these 2 back ones back here. That holds the whole entire carburetor in pretty much. Alright, the next one. Next, right back here, you got your throttle linkage. I don't know if you can see that or not. Way down here, pull your throttle in tight. Then you take a screwdriver and hold this throttle linkage and let the throttle back out. You push this cable, and it should pop right out. You see that right here. Now, should be pretty much able to pull it right out. A little wiggling and finagling. Alright, now get your fuel line. That pretty much pulls right off. And here's your carburetor. Now I'll show you how to rebuild it. Alright. Now this stuff pretty much stay here. I'll get back to that later. We'll clean it all up. But for right now, we're going to work on the carburetor. Alright, before we go into tear into this thing, let's clean it off with some compressed air. Alrighty, now we're all Alright, now, before I took the carburetor out, I took this piece out. I didn't show you guys that. It pretty much goes right here. It just sits there, but when the carburetor is in there, this will slide around the side, and you just slide it right out. So that's all you gotta do for that little piece. Now I can start taking this apart. We can start off with the diaphragm side, metering needle side. A couple screws on either side here. You hold it down with your 2 fingers here while you take the screws out. And there. So you can see all the junk in here, all the sawdust and that. Let's see, how are our diaphragms? Not too bad. Oops, sorry about that. Might be able to salvage them. How's the inside here by the metering needle looking? Not too bad. Pretty clean. Now you pull your little gasket off of here. Looking pretty clean in here. Let's go to the other side. This is your diaphragm side. This one screw, again, hold it down with your 2 fingers. There might be a little bit of gas coming out. What's holding it? There we go. Here's your diaphragms. Looking pretty good. Not much junk in there. All the diaphragms are right. If they're dried out, they're not very pliable, they're pretty much shot. But these ones, they're looking pretty good. They're pretty pliable. I'm going to clean them all up. We should be able to reuse them. If they're hard and stiff and crusty, then you're going to have to replace them. There's 2 kits that you get for it. It's just the diaphragms here, or you get the whole kit with the metering needle, the seat, the fuel screen over here. Let me turn you down. Because with the fuel screen, every part to rebuild this carburetor. But today, I don't think I'm going to need any of them. I'm just going to give it a good cleaning. But first, let's take out the metering needle now. I like to hold it down with my thumb here. Hold that piece down, now you can take the screw out, because there is a spring underneath there. You don't want it to pop out on you, and all the parts go flying. Now you take that screw out. There's your screw. Now you slightly let up, and it'll pop right out of there. Now you got your needle, and your needle fork. And here's your spring. Oh, focus. Your pin needle. And now you next take your fuel screen out of there. You can see it way in there. I like to take a pick or a pointy knife. I stick it right down in here. And you can pull it right out. Now clean it very thoroughly because it's very fine. It's hard to see if there's any junk hiding in there. Get some good carburetor cleaner and air. Clean it really good out. If you buy the kit, it'll come with that and you can just replace it. But I'm not buying the kit today. I'm just going to give it a good cleaning. So next, put the carburetor, some of this carburetor soakant. I say to leave it in here for half an hour. The basket that comes out. You can set your parts right inside that basket. I'm going to have to set you down for 1 minute. You put your parts right in the basket. Drop it right down in there. I say to leave it for half an hour. I'll get back to you after that. Alright, we're back. I just pulled it out of the cleaner. Now I'm going to spray it all down with some brake cleaner. Get all, it's like a goopy substance, so you wash it all down. The compressed air. If you don't got the parts cleaner that I have, just go any any parts store and you can pick it up. Just a regular can of carb cleaner like this. Does the same job. That just does really good. It really thoroughly cleans it. Eats away anything that's inside the carburetor. A regular can of carburetor cleaner will work. This brake cleaner evaporates really well. Same with the carb cleaner. So it's good stuff to use. Alright, now we're all good to go. We can reassemble our carburetor. It's time to put this all back together now. I'm going to start off with the diaphragm side. And you get the little fuel screen back in. I cleaned it really good. The camera doesn't like to focus, so you're probably not going to be able to see it. Nope. Anyways, I cleaned it really good. Checked over all my diaphragms and everything. Everything's really good. So just set your fuel screen in there just like that and get something like around 1/4 inch. I'm going to use the head of a nail. And you just push it right back down in here. And you just push it right down and you can feel it seat. Seat it right down in there. That's all you got to do there. Now we got to put our gasket back on here. Our gasket here. Get it the right way. Probably better off putting it on here because you got the pins. There's a couple little pins that they'll sit in. You can see right there. So the gasket goes first. Usually, yeah, the gasket goes first, and now your diaphragm. Just make sure to put it on the right way. There we go. So like that. Now what I usually do is flip the carburetor upside down. You gotta be careful with your throttle linkage, that's gotta hook over. You pretty much just set it right back on. Now hold it with your 2 fingers again. Oh, mine popped out. There you go. There we go. So make sure all your gaskets are in there right because you don't want them to get smashed. It's not going to work proper. So hold it with your 2 fingers again. Take your screw. Put that back in. Not too tight. Just get it pretty tight, but don't wrench it down. Alright, so now it's time for this side. We gotta put our needle back in. Here's our pin, our fork, I mean. Here's our needle. Make sure everything's nice and clean. I am getting a little ahead of myself. We gotta get the spring in first. Alright, time to put our metering needle back in. It's a pain in the butt with the little spring here. Gotta set it right down back in the hole. You can see, it'll just sit there. Now let's assemble our needle, our metering needle. Just slide the pin through the bracket here. Hook your needle back in, just like that. I don't know why it won't focus. You have to look into that. This is the hard part. You kind of just like set it on top of the spring and try not to get it to fly out. See, I didn't do too well there. It's on the side. Nope. Alright, there we go. Okay, got it in. There we go. Now you can get your little screw. Now you put that back in here. You're holding that down with your thumb. Drop the screwdriver. Screw that back in. And now to set the height of the back of the metering needle, you want it to be level with this top surface here, that black back thing. It needs to come up a little bit. As you look from the side, you want to be nice and flush with it. Mine's a little bit too high. I'm going to bring it down. There we go, now it's perfect. Pretty much want it flush with it. Alright, now you got that back together. Now you put your gasket back on. Gasket first, then the diaphragm. Just like that. Grab your cover plate. Now there's a little hole over in this corner here, you can see, and there's a little hook on that, so put that little hook in the hole. Just like that. See, right in that hole there? You're going to put your two screws back in. Alright, number two. Just nice and snug. That's all there is to cleaning out your carburetor. Alright, let's get it back into the machine. Alright, it's time to put the carburetor back in. I cleaned this whole surface. I sprayed down with brake cleaner, washed it all out. Be careful, there's a little ring in here. That sits right in the carburetor throat here. Right in the intake boot. That little silver ring, you can see it. Alright, now we gotta put the carburetor back in. Throttle linkage toward that's the outer side, away from the pull cord. When you're getting it back in here, you gotta make sure you get your fuel line on. As you're sliding it in, you gotta slide your fuel line on at the same time. Get right down in here. You gotta hook your choke mechanism right here back in. Just hook it right up and in. Alright, now get your two carburetor studs. Go through your intake. Position your carburetor right. Now your screwdriver. There you go. Alright. Just wiggle it around a little bit, you'll get it. You got that one in. Now for the second one. There we go. 2 bolts in here. Alright, that one's tight. You always want to tighten them back and forth a little bit to each one at a time. Alright, that's all nice and on there now. Now, right back in here is your throttle linkage. This cable's got to go right down and into the slide. Well, that's not it. Alright, got the throttle linkage on down there. It's really hard to get on camera. But once you see it, you'll know how to do it. It's not too bad. Just hold the throttle in tight, it pops out. Just hold the throttle back in tight by over here. You'll be able to get it. Alright, now next, we got that screw back here to put in. We'll put you guys back up here. Alright, there's a screw and there's a washer. It goes a certain way, it's a spring washer. To put the concave going down. There we go. Alright, put that back in. Now he's got and this little rubber piece here for the carb adjustments. I'll put this side in, and you slide it right down in here. I got it back in there. Takes a little fussling, but it goes that way I showed you, and just push it right down in there. Maybe assist it with a screwdriver. And it goes right back in there. Alright, now we put our top plate back on. That snaps all back on. Alright, now we'll give it a test fire. Alright, let's start it up and see how it runs. I got my little screwdriver here to tune it out. Oh, that's off. Alright, let's start it up and see how it runs. I got my little screwdriver here to tune it out. Running pretty good. I don't even have to tune it. Well, that's how you do a carb clean on a chainsaw. Thanks for watching.